Listen on one of our 600 plus radio stations across the country. To find a station near you, go to RamseySolutions.com/show.
All right, Ramsey show ending. And looks like we're live on both the YouTubes and the Twitches. Just put my links in the chat and then we'll get going. That's one. What up, Obs? That's two. What up, Milka? Whoops. Gotta make sure you hit the right buttons. What up, AJ? We call him Cray J. Check in on that Cardano shortly. All right, that's all 4 links now, so let's get going. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. Let's see. We're sitting at 416 subscribers for a while. Got another one. So that's fun. Episode 293 today. And it's time to listen for the drum taps. What up, Matty Bags? That was not that loud. Let me turn it up a little bit more. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of those charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go to my host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way that it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave Baby Steps. Dave Baby Steps? Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go, let's gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go to host this after show. If you don't like the way that it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you wanna have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. Excuse me. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. The links are at the top of the chat and in the video description below. Pardon me. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Instagram at Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Have me on the ground. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, you can do that at paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right. Boom, boom, boom. What kind of nonsense going on in the chat? That one. Those are different steps. Obs. Different steps. Thanks for the IO there, Obs. Alright, so it was a brand new show today on the Ramsey Show. And Dave Ramsey was the host. And the co-host, a guy we know. He's a friend of the Aftershow, author of Redefining Anxiety and Own Your Past, Change Your Future, and the Questions for Humans card sets. Whoops. As you can see. But his parents named him John Deloney. Ooh, he's got 2 PhDs, 2 more than me. Plus he's got some other certs. John Deloney, never gonna stop. Gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the clay of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. Ooh, he takes a call and then twirls his pen, and he saves the day again. John Deloney, ooh, this dude has got some range. Season of change is what you're going through, says John Deloney. Never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant find, he always sorts it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. Yeah, I thought I had the lyrics already changed, so that's why I didn't come in on time. My bad. Apologies, Dr. John. Set a brilliant mind, anxiety redefined, and put in a quick remind. John Deloney, wealth and out us to face. They didn't place, but they probably still had fun with John Deloney. Never gonna stop, keeps it place. It's a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. Market report. What is going on right here? Alright. As you can see, market up, not crazy up. and it was up more earlier in the day. Sorry about my head. I got that sunburn from my son's graduation party outside, so I got it peeling massively. Happening now on the top there. As you can see, this is just the one day. This is all day today. As you can see what it did early, and then it came down briefly negative, and then came back. So that's what we got going on today. And I don't know, what does it say? Let's see what it says. They always try to offer some sort of explanation. Wall Street ticks higher as recession watch remains murky. So U.S. stocks tick higher Monday as Wall Street keeps wrestling with whether the economy will successfully avoid a recession and rising interest rates and high inflation. Dave Ramsey does suspect that it will be, which is just a recession is if there are two quarters of declining gross domestic product in a row was the answer to that. And so Dave did say that would be it, and he said that on a I think an Instagram post that was kind of like supposed to be like a TikTok thing. I don't know if they're putting stuff on the TikTok, but they should. It'd be much better than some of the advice that's happening on the talk. It's TikTok. It's called the talk usually. All right, but we do have NASDAQ up the most, so that means I have a chance. Clay won today, or one for Friday, and so I think that was might have been his first ever win. And so I do not have a win this month in the 3 trading days thus far. Let's see what we got for, let's see, Fudo Hold on, I don't know what, Billy, I don't know what that is. Neo was this morning. DocuSign was this afternoon. Let's see what DocuSign did. Beep, 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 and it's like holding. Going a little bit up there. Let's see. Likely bottomed, which stock is a better buy. Okay, so bottom meaning that's as low as the DocuSign's gonna go. So they probably reported decent earnings. Maybe not crazy good, but anyway. What else is coming up here? Kroger on the 16th, and also Adobe on the 16th. The most followed single stocks on the Google, and the most up, a tie between the Amazon, got a story on them coming up, and Google owner Alphabet Inc. also 1.99% up. Microsoft down almost half a point. Let's see. Artist formerly known as Facebook, Meta Platforms Inc. up 1.82%, and the Tesla 1.6% up. And see what the rest of the planet is doing. Everything up in Europe, almost everything up in Asia. And the currencies, let's see, US dollar up against the euro, up against the Japanese yen, but the British pound, love, is up against the US dollar. The Canadian dollar up against the US dollar, sorry, but the US dollar is up against the Australian dollar, mate. No shrimp on the barbie for them once again. And crypto, oh, look at that, the Cardano is up 9.06%, changing before our very eyes. It never stops, I tell you. So, but still, way down from the high, as you can see. I mean, that looks like a good 75% at least, maybe 80% down from the high. That is not fun for the crypto people. All right, let's see, anything else? No. There's not. So let's see what kind of stories we have. From CNN Business Markets now, why U.S. gas prices are at a record and why they'll stay high for a long time. Blaming it all on the AJ Crate J. All right, let's see. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is a major reason that U.S. drivers are paying record prices for gasoline. But it's not the only cause of the spike. Numerous factors are pushing prices up, with regular gasoline hitting a record 4.87 a gallon Monday, according to AAA survey, up 25 cents a gallon in just the last week. Gas prices were already expected to breach the $4 a gallon mark for the first time since 2008, with or without shots fired in Eastern Europe or economic sanctions posed on Russia. Is this a story from... Yeah, it was. I think it was a story from Friday, but it was... looks like it was updated. Did it say why it would be up for a very long time? Maybe that's the update. China lockdowns ending. Less oil and gas from other sources. But they said they're gonna, OPEC's gonna increase the supply by 50%. Their output, rather. Summer travel season. Okay, so I don't think it said. Unless just the number of these reasons, and that they may be continuing reasons, I guess, is the reason why it will stay high for a long time, I guess. We'll see. This is from Markets Insider. Morgan Stanley's co-president says expect fire and ice, just like Game of Thrones, or Pat Benatar, as a massive shift in markets gets underway. What does that mean? Global markets are experiencing a paradigm shift after 15 years of low interest rates, according to Morgan Stanley's co-prez. It's an extraordinary moment. It signals the end of 15 years of financial repression. Wall Street chief executives, including Jamie Dimon and Jane Fraser, have also warned that a first recession looks inevitable. All right. Right, also from Market Insider, Big Short investor Michael Burry warns the U.S. economy is on borrowed time and consumers will blow through their savings in a matter of months. Americans are burning through their savings and might virtually exhaust them within months. He warned the U.S. economy could suffer once consumers empty out their savings accounts. He expects rising debt and reduced savings to hit growth and company products. So that means they won't be buying stuff anymore, meaning the American consumer. All right. Oh, so we got this. I didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently. Tim Burton. Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia Addams, and also Christina Ricci is in this as well as some unnamed part. That's Wednesday is generally good for content. Especially if she's going to be a little bit older. That'll be pretty interesting. Let's see. This from TheVerge.com. Google contractors say a recruiting company has been systematically skimming their pay. Unless you initiate the investigation and make the case, nothing happens, one contractor says. Okay. Let's see. It says they've been underpaid by the agency that recruited them, resulting in thousands of dollars in unpaid wages per affected worker. The earliest reports occurred as long ago as 2019, and workers say The payroll errors are happening so regularly that they believe it to be a kind of systematic wage theft. A contract employee in the Bay Area found out about the issue 4 months into his job when coworkers recommended he check his pay stub against the contractor's work order. When he followed their advice, he discovered he'd been contracted for 50% more money than he'd been making. I found out they had been paying me $20 an hour, but they were telling Google they were paying me $30.08 an hour. That was in the middle of March, and basically they haven't done anything about it. Applied over a 6-month term at Artec. Discrepancy added up to more than $10,000. Let's see, Google uses Accenture's Flex program, among other contractors, to scale up for support content. All right, and that means they don't work directly for Google. They work for an outsourcing company for that. In theory, Accenture had set the pay rate for each role in a work order document before the hire was made, but many found that the rate on their pay stub was $5 to $10 lower than the specified rate. The workers say there are many with the same experience. In most cases, workers were either completely unaware of the underpayment or believed to be an isolated incident. Seems to be a pattern. It's not just that it was an error on my paycheck. Personally talked to 5 or 6 people who are at Accenture who have had the same experience. Okay, so even people that work for the same, that work like directly at that company, apparently. Sometimes called Google's shadow workforce. Contractors make up a growing portion of the company's workers, including programmers, graphic designers, human resource employees, and other jobs outside the core engineering teams. Because the workers are not officially Goog employees, they are often left out of the benefits available to official staffers. Reach for comment. Arctic says all employees are paid in accordance with their employment agreements per an internal investigation of the complaint. Accordingly, at this time, Arctic denies the allegations in their entirety. Okay, so I guess they will be continuing to look into it. Now the Artec organizing officially come through the Alphabet Workers Union, the organizing group within Google that went public in January 2021, but it builds on the group's long-running efforts to build bridges with the company's temp and contractor workforce. Many of the contractors are members of AWU, including Green, but she described the pay rate issues as a separate track from the broader organizing. Okay. American Workers Union, maybe? Some kind of union there. Let's see. Thing is the hand. Right? Cousin It is the hairy one. The hand is Thing. Not Thing 1 or Thing 2. That's a different franchise. This from CNBC. And we got stock futures. Oh, yeah, we didn't look at that. Why don't we look at that one moment? In futures, we got everything up there. Just, not that crazy. 0.06 up for Dow. 0.35% up for S&P and 0.42% up over the NASDAQ in the after hours trading. All right, where were we? Is this where we were? No, we were on that one. Here's why we're fans of Amazon's 20-for-1 stock split. Apparently that happened today, and that also could have been why they were up almost 2% today. Oh no, boop, boop, boo-doo. Can't read it because of you got to be a member of the CNBC Investing Club, and the first rule of Investing Club is you do not subscribe to Investing Club. You do not join in. I don't know if it costs any money or not. I'm not gonna do it, I guess we won't find out why they're fans of it. But I mean, if it's going to send the stock up as it did today, why not, right? There you go. So this is from foxnews.com. Actor Stephen Fry, amazed by this useful car feature many people ignore, and this has come up in the Ramsey Show chat a few times. And it is that you're on some vehicles, not on mine, but on some vehicles, the side of your vehicle, whether it's the driver or passenger side, that has the gas tank opening on it. What would you call that? Which side of the car the filler cap is on? Yeah, indicated by a little arrow next to the petrol pump icon. 64 years on the planet, shrouded in ignorance. Yep, so it tells you that right there. So then you always know when you're pulling the gas station to get gas, you can just look at that and then you'll know what side the tank is on. All right, let's see what AJ wrote of War and Peace here in the chat. Let's see what he has to say. It's interesting. Maybe I should do a Texas accent. Let's do the mustache and then go, well, it's interesting that stock splits are still a thing. I thought the thought process was to attract retail investors, but a lot of places allow the purchase of fractional shares now. All right. Yeah, that's not how he sounds, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know either. Well, let's see. Let's Google it. Let's Google it. Why do stock splits happen? Stock split is often a sign that the company is thriving and the stock price has increased. While that's a good thing, it also means the stock has become less affordable for investors. As a result, companies may do a stock split to make the stock more affordable and enticing to individual investors. Okay, so you got that, but what AJ is saying, we call him Cray J, what he's saying is that because you can buy fractional shares, and even you can buy fractional mutual funds as well. You don't have to buy a whole share at a time. Because you can buy fractional shares now, that wouldn't seem like it's necessary, but it could be something that also puts you in the news, and whatever it was, it worked today. Oh, the spot on accent? Awesome. What up, Sid? Did you do walk-in, and were you unmolested during your walking? We did that one. We did. We got from Lifehacker, the 7 deadly sins of car maintenance. Yours truly dropped $2,500 on car repair last week. I did get a free loaner for about 3 weeks, though. Let's see. Keep your car on the road by avoiding these common, awfully costly car mistakes. Okay. Oh, it's a slideshow. Of course it is. That way they can get paid per clicks. Nice going, Lifehacker. You got me. All right. You don't want to ignore your tires. Bald or damaged tires can lead to blowout, and potentially deadly accidents. So you should be positively paranoid about them. While your car computer will most likely let you know if your car's tire inflation is not an optimum level. Not if you have an older car. It's not going to do that. Thanks for assuming we all have 2022 models or even 2017 models. Brakes, obviously. Maintaining brakes, vital in cars, not smashing into a tree system, or worse. Ignoring strange noises, driving changes, and other signs and omens. Yeah, it's the same reason people don't go to the hospital. So if I don't, or go to the doctor. If I don't go to the doctor, then they won't tell me I have to get this done and then pay this much money. Same thing, people don't want to do that. They want to just keep going as long as they can with their vehicle and not take it into the shop. Not changing your oil, that's bad. Oil gets dirty and thickens into a sludgy mess that no longer works efficiently. Also, some of it could burn up, I think, and so you might need to add some. So, and your engine needs that, and if it doesn't have that, engine will not last that long. Oh, let's see. AJ says, big smart people know big smart things. I trust they know things I don't. AJ had to bounce. Apparently, AJ and Sid can't be in the same chat at the same time. Are you guys the same people? Is that what the problem is? Looks like Clark Kent and Superman never in the same room at the same time. I don't know. Many problems that flip on your check engine light are minor. And so, but this is saying this is check engine light. We skipped from the last one. The last one is just like anything that sounds weird or anything like that. Not keeping the fluids topped. And if you haven't done that, let's see. Just as the ancient Greeks believed that keeping your body's 4 humors level was essential to health. I don't know what that is. Let's search it. Humoral theory or humorism was a system of medicine detailing a supposed makeup and workings of the human body. What are the 4 bodily humors? I see. Good. Blood, yellow bile, black bile, and phlegm, and their influence on the body and its emotions. Okay. Well, we didn't probably need to get into that, but that's all right. Not researching your mechanic. She's got a mask on, she's got the glasses on, and a clipboard. How bad could she be, right? So, no excuse for not vetting. Whether you take recommendations from friends and family or research them online. Mechanics pricing, effectiveness, and skill can be judged easily. Pay attention to comments on Yelp or the Google. Alright, and you can interview them the same way you can enter a Smart Vesta Pro, although mechanics are not pre-vetted by Ramsey Solutions. Alright, we did that one. And lastly, we got from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel from Wisconsin. News Sports Packers. That's how that works in order. It's from food. We talk about food a bunch in the Ramsey Show chat. Here's how to eat without spending a fortune on grosh. What is this? A black bean, sweet potato, and greens burrito is fairly inexpensive. Having some meat-free meals can cut grocery costs. Oh, all right. The grocery dilemma. Some of the biggest price increases are for meat, fish, poultry, and eggs. But why this is happening and what the consequences will be are complicated issues. Where a lot of this is coming from is oil and energy. A lot of it spills over into other things, especially food. Take energy. He says that unless someone is living in California or Florida, consumers are getting a lot of their food shipped to them because of how far food has to travel. When the price of energy and gas goes up, so does the price of the food. All right, Russian embargoes. This is telling us why it's up higher. Wasn't it supposed to tell us how to eat without spending a ton or something like that it was called. Let's see. Planning ahead is everything. Planning ahead is everything. When you're talking about prices going up and you're looking at a recipe with 20 ingredients, 10 of which you'll only use once, or a recipe with 5 ingredients that you'll use all the time. I would opt for the easier recipes because you won't have these random things left over in your pantry. All right, that makes sense. Boom, boom, boom. 10 ways to cut your grocery bill. Shop what's on sale. Look at printed or digital store ads before making your grocery list. Stick to less expensive. Stick, I'm assuming. What's that called? JS Online. Give me a call. I can proofread. Stick. That's supposed to be, I'm assuming, to less expensive grocery stores such as the Aldi and the Walmart. Don't buy the most premium cut of meat. For example, buy chicken thighs instead of chicken breasts. Eat less meat and go meatless as much as you can. Stay connected. Sign up for your favorite grocery store's newsletter and emails to stay in the know about sales and recipe inspiration. Also, the little loyalty program stuff. Oh, maybe that's coming up here. Let's see. Re-examine your habits around meal planning and food. Even prices going up, food waste is a huge issue in America. Plan to stay organized and create less waste. Buy produce when it's in season and preserve extras through pickling and canning. Make more from scratch. Freeze as much as you can and start gardening. And we did see Troy Story's garden and Kelly's garden. Speaking of Wisconsin, we did see their gardens, and we will at some point have a picture of Ob's yard. She's been doing yard work. I think she said she has a garden as well. Alrighty. We go to reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey and sort by new. Again, this subreddit is not run by Ramsey Solutions. It's run by fans. If you would like a Ramsey Solutions group that is run by Ramsey Solutions, that would be the Ramsey Baby Steps community on the Facebook. All right, 5 hours ago. This from DB2201. Sounds like a droid from Star Wars. I recently wanted to start using the EveryDollar app, but I'm having trouble figuring out a budget since my monthly income changes every month. I am 21 with a business and have no debt. Excellent. I would like to learn how to budget correctly for my own finances and to help me with my business finances. How this is typically done if my income changes day to day. I do know a baseline amount of weekly income, but that is for only 2 days. The other 3 days a week we are open. Typically jobs will average from 200 to 4K in my area. That makes it hard for me to predict. Any advice helps. I want to get ahead of this and take advantage of my age and situation, but need the proper plans in place to do so. Well, you gotta you go by the lowest it could possibly be. You gotta live on the lowest it could possibly be, and then if it's more, then you can apply that extra to the baby steps, which if you don't have any debt, that's going to be right now for your 3 to 6 months of emergency, 3 to 6 months of expenses, emergency fund. And you also would have one of those for your business as well. And that is known as retained earnings. What up, John? So that is quite a bump there from 200 to 4K, but which makes the answer maybe a little bit different. Maybe what you do is you go you budget for the lowest possible, but also you may want to have a hill and valley account for when it's very low. So you could also look to see what like the average is and how much different, because even though the jobs average from those, the income that you make could actually be less volatile than that. It is not crashing. It is actually up today. So, and a bunch of experts think that has already bottomed out. So, as a matter of fact, there was one stock today where they said they think it's bottomed out. And so, going forward, it would be a good, I can't remember what the stock was. One of the ones that reported today. I can't remember. So, yeah, the answer for that one, you budget the lowest amount that your income would possibly be. And if that's not going to be enough to cover expenses, then you need to save a Hill and Valley account. And so when it's a good month, you replenish that Hill and Valley account. If you need to, you tap that Hill and Valley account, and that would be separate from your emergency fund. Alrighty. No, real estate's not going to crash either. Nope. It's chilled out. It's not gonna, prices aren't gonna go down crazily. I mean, and nobody knows what either the market or real estate will do. Don't try to time any market. There's no need to worry about it because there's nothing you can do about it. But Dave thinks that the prices will just might come down a little bit, but basically stay there. You're not going down to the previous prices anymore. As far as a bunch of foreclosures coming, which will be happening eventually. As far as what effect that will have on the market, that may put some of the inventory, back in the market, but it's not going to be a ton, it doesn't look like. So, yeah, that's what Dave said. It's going to chill for a little while, but stay at the high level. It's not going to be raising at the same exponential rate. And eventually people will stop being crazy buying. Eventually. So, but the house values aren't going to go down that much. All right, this is from Fly Guy 712. Finish baby step 4. What next? Well, that would be baby step 5. And if that doesn't apply, then you go straight to baby step 6. Okay. Oh, no house either. Okay. Just to achieve baby step 4. Woo! Single, no kids, no house. What next? I know baby step 7 is to build wealth and give, but I don't know. That feels so vague. Yep, that's because there's no specific thing that you do for that. Do you save for a down payment? If you want to get a house, you do save for a down payment, and that puts you back into 3B. And you can do 3B and 4 at the same time. Increase emergency fund further. You don't just like save more emergency fund just because you're in step 7. You would use that money to build wealth instead. Anything beyond the 6 months of expenses emergency fund. After-tax investment in an index fund, and that would be if you were saving for a purchase, such as your down payment could be in an S&P 500 index fund, but that again would only be if you have a 5-year window, because anything shorter than a 5-year window, market could be down right when you want to use that money to buy a house. So yeah, it depends on you if you're going to buy a house. Some people say they're going to rent forever, and so then that's fine, and you can just save money other ways. So but yeah, you build wealth and you give a lot of it away, and that is vague. Generally that's going to be just, I guess, by saving. Maybe there's you need a sinking fund for some stuff you're going to do. Maybe you need have a car to replace or something like that, or you want to take a trip now that you've gotten to baby step 4 after your full emergency fund. So let's see, I guess where my head is currently at is that in my area, renting is currently cheaper than owning, but having a down payment ready to go is appealing for when the time is right to buy. Okay, if that's what you're thinking, if you're not gonna be waiting 5 years, if you don't think you will wait that long, then don't put it in the market in a S&P 500 index fund. Let's see. Other idea I had was invest in a rental company. Rental property, more of a vacation rental in Montana, since I don't really need a big house as a single person anyway. Invest in a rental property. If that means buy it for cash, then that's fine. Let's see. Thanks for the feedback, everyone. 25 comments. Let's see. From what I gather, and this is an edit from the original poster. From what I gather, saving some money for a starter property in a return insured vehicle, example, high yield savings is the way to go, right? Unless you're going to not touch it for 5 years. Along with continuing to pound dollars into tax advantage accounts, 401k, Roth, health savings account. Yep, absolutely. Sounds like he listened to the right ones of those. I'm sure somebody gave him bad. That's Supinator. What are some memorable examples of a co-host disagreeing with Dave on the show in a significant manner? I don't remember. Let's see. We'll see. 68 comments. Let's see. Not minor stuff that doesn't matter. Well, that's going to be subjective, because you might think it doesn't matter, that it's minor stuff, and somebody else might not want to. Like somebody doesn't care about horses won't be concerned about that, probably. That George Camel did when he said the horse didn't know the lady's name. All right, like having not minor stuff that doesn't matter, like having so, you know, whatever. Like I said, this is subjective. So some people might think it's a memorable example of a co-host disagreeing with Dave on the show in a significant manner, and they might think it's not minor stuff, and you think it is minor stuff. So, so you can't be surprised if you put it out on the Reddit, and then you try to specify each individual thing you're looking for. So. Let's see. They all teach the same thing. Why would they disagree? That is Baby Step 7 Flair, and the I Love Sev is the username. Cool. Rachel Will Deloney would, but Dave does seem to have the sense to stay out of the mental health stuff. The rest are yes men and women. Rachel gambles. Rachel believes in conspiracy theories. I think the only one that comes to mind recently was Rachel disagreeing with Dave on buying a new car when it was cheaper than used. Let's see. Yeah, I thought it was completely stupid for him to keep holding on to the used car thing. Okay, I have a friend that buys a new truck every 3 years for his business. That has to do with this, but not with what the original poster asked. Yeah, see, now they're just debating that one issue. Anthony Hill was really good at giving misogynistic advice to single women and changing the order of retirement investing. I don't remember him changing the order of retirement investing while he was on the Ramsey show. I don't recall him saying that. Boom, boom, boom. And now we're talking about, now it's about, okay, so they're not so much giving that. Take a call about buying a new car versus a used car. That's the same one, probably. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Master's program in BA accounting. It's difficult. -cat 6555. I'm cash flowing grad school towards credits for my CPA license. Yes, I'm aware you can take the extra 30 credits undergraduate. Prefer to just do a master's program for 35 credits. Okay. What are the most affordable online programs you found for MBA with a concentration in accounting or accounting master's programs? Can afford approximately $1,300 out of pocket monthly between books and tuition. Prefer to stay around $1,000. Look at scholarships, etc. but not many for my degree field or master's. I hope you have applied the ones that are for your degree field and master's. Hope you applied for those. But yeah, hopefully somebody, 23 comments, hopefully they were able to help this person, because I have no clue on that, about where you would go for that, or where would be the most affordable for that. And also, the next thing would be cash flow in grad school towards my credits for my CPA. Okay, so you got to have a certain amount of credits to get the CPA license, which I'm assuming is enough of a bump in there. And it sounds like, depending on how much, $1,300 a month times however many months. I don't know how many months, but I'm assuming that getting the CPA license would be worth. All right, this from Playball9750. Second job paying debt credit. Hope for some personal appearance to learn from. I don't think we did this one. Have approximately $30K in debt and paying off a 3-year term ending for 2025. Interest at 12.93%. And outlining my plan, I'm hopeful and fairly confident I can have this paid off early in about 1.5 years, around 11/2023. Yeah, a gentleman asked a question in the Ramsey Show chat today about, I think it was something about paying off debt. I can't remember, but he had a mortgage and he said there's 27 years left. I got a 30-year mortgage before he heard about Dave, and he said he got 27 years left on it. And it seems like he hadn't considered that he could pay extra on it and pay it off early. So, yeah. So if you end up in that kind of thing, you can always pay off a mortgage early. All right. So let's see. Where outlining hand plan, I'm confident pay early, off early in about 1.5 years, around 11/23. Through extra contributions and reducing rent after my current lease ends this year. This leaves me with zero margin budget-wise. Though I expect this, and I'm okay with it with the $1,000 emergency fund funded during this time to fully fund after paying off the debt. Right. Well, you're supposed to have zero margin on the budget. I mean, that's how it works. Every dollar has a name, and so that means you've accounted for every dollar to where it should be. Let's see. Is it worth, you think, to take a second job to pay this off even faster? Yes, and have a little more wiggle room during this time? Yeah. Or for those who have it, was it worth the extra time, energy, stress? Yes. You are correct. The part of you that thinks it's worth it is correct. Other part thinks it's not worth the extra time when I'm already shortening payments by 1.5 years. Another Dave answers to pay it off ASAP. That's right. And it won't. How old? Doesn't say how old. The younger you are, the better it is to work more when you're younger than older. So let's see. But it seems his go-to of getting a second job when people don't have the extra income already to make sizable extra dents, right? But when already shortening it by a considerable amount of time, seems there's a need to balance that philosophy with life balance need. All that said, I have no issue ideologically with working more, if that indeed should be the right answer. Thoughts? It's going to depend on what kind of job you get and how much it could be. And I mean, if you could pay that off in 6 months rather than 18 months, then that's quite significantly. That's not quite significant. So it is only $30K. Didn't say how much. Let's see, $30K. That's going to be gone after 1.5 years. That would be 30K, and so then 20. Yeah, 20 and 10. So 20 the first year, for the year, 20 over the year, and then the half a year, 10. So yeah, let's total 30. So 20 and 10. So 20,000 in the first year and 10,000 in the 0.5 half a year. So any thousands that you can make over that is going to take that down lower. And if you're not doing anything except sitting around and playing, video games or whatever, or doing YouTube streams, if you're not doing anything other than that, go ahead and get to work then. But I mean, it's up to you. It's your choice. I think it would depend on like what job you get and what the pay would be for that. Down, boom, 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 boom. Let's see. I thought it was. Steve, who can afford a 300K house? People that make that kind of money to afford the mortgage, to put down at least a 10% down payment on it, preferably 20% down payment of that 300. And then also who can afford the house payment being about 25% of their net income. Sid's done the math. She said people that make more than 125. Yep. Okay. Right. So, I mean, why is that? Why it's John says, LOL. Why is that funny? That's how much you have to make for it. That's math. So that doesn't. You can't. You can't be. Why a 300? Why do you need a $300 house? 300K house. You don't need a $300K. I keep want to say $300. They cost more than that. A 300K house. You don't need that much, and you can't afford it if you don't make more than 125K. Let's see. Sid says her ex's mom was in a 250K house, and she was a school teacher. There you go. Her husband worked offshore, though. Okay. Any tips to respectfully tell a customer to leave the store after they purchased an item? No, they bought the item. Why not let them stay there? I know you don't want to look at them, have to do small talk or whatever, but as long as your employer doesn't matter, customers loitering, and they are customers if they buy something. So as long as your employer doesn't mind that, then that should be it. Let's see. Supinator again. I can't remember. I think we did this one. I'll check when I go home. Convincing someone who had favorable experiences using debt to start. Okay. So if they had favorable experiences using debt to start, the chances of convincing someone, they're going to go down if they've had favorable experiences. But if they've had favorable experiences, they weren't thinking about the risk at all, or how lucky they got if they were using debt leverage, etc., etc. So, but I'll take a look at that and see if I can remember if we did that one. If not, I'll address that one when there's no answers on there. Alrighty, so upcoming streams, we have tonight. We have 8 p.m. Eastern Time, about an hour from now. Tech Support with Coach D Money. I do the exact same thing I did on the Dave Ramsey subreddit. I answer tech support questions using my 25 plus years of being a PC tech. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the scheduled days and time for Old Man Video Gaming. I did a lot of Uncharted this past weekend. And so, might not do one again tonight. We'll see. I might after the tech support. That'll be over at 9 p.m. Depends if I would just want to go to bed early. We will see on that. And of course, this show, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I go live even when the Ramsey Show is a replay, although there's not that many of those anymore since they have all those personalities to take over, like such as when Dave is off on Fridays. Okay, I'll do my Plugs again. You can schedule a free consultation with me. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. You can find the links in the top of the chat, the video description below, and on the right side of my YouTube banner, which is right there. So you click on that, and that will take you to Calendly, and you click on financial coaching, and that'll show you the calendar, and you pick the date and the time you want for a consultation, and that is again completely free. And Calendly will let me know when you want that appointment, and I will send you information on what information I need about in order to your finances, in order to accurately financially assess you, and we will get that done. This P is for PayPal, and that's paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney. That's for donations. And Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Email is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, and you can email if you want to ask me or tell me anything about this fall in the flood in the OH. You hear that rain? That's not bad. That's not bad. That one's low, but these from yesterday, 24 views each. That's not bad at all for streaming. Cool. Oak Island, Ramsey stuff, video gaming, computer stuff, and the songs. If anybody would like to sing any of the songs that I've written about the baby steps or the personalities, you can certainly do that as well. You can pre-record it, and I can just play the pre-recording, or we can actually do that live. Fun times. Alrighty. Make smart financial decisions every day.